All right, everybody. Welcome NorCal Sports Network. Hello,
What's up, Spencer?
hello. And yes, the Rangers get it done. Bruce Bochy does it again, number 4. And the Rangers get it done in 5. And it was a great ball game through 8 innings. I mean, it was like a great game. I mean, 1-0 through 6. Gallon no hitting the Rangers, and then
Evaldi getting out of all that traffic. I go, how did he do that?
First 5 innings, he was like had runners in scoring position every inning. Gets out of it. Then the 6th, he shuts him down 1, 2, 3. Anyway, I'm trying to get that deal subs only, and I'm signed out, Eric. I was trying to type, and I can't do it all at once.
Real quick. I could get it. Matter of fact, I could do some other things with that too.
Because I was trying to get that in there, and I couldn't.
I'll get it. No worries.
I always do it. Right
where exactly do you do that at? Because I can't even do that with mine yet. I think you have to have so many subscribers.
You go into the you hit the broadcast.
Yep, I'm in the broadcast.
And then you hit edit, or what is it? There's a blue button there below. There's 2 buttons. There's one that says
analytics and edit video.
Yeah, edit. Which one is it? Shoot, it's the one on the right. Which one's on the right?
Edit video. Here, I'll get it. I'll
get it. Hit edit video, and then hit customization over on the left. See the?
Yep, got it. See it.
And then
got it.
And then hit 1 minute.
Got it.
There you go. And then hit save up in the right, top right.
There we go.
All right. There we go. So yes, it was an awesome game for Bochy and the Rangers. Corey Seager, man, did he pay off or what? This whole thing, you look at this, and we're going to cover some baseball, but we're going to get into Warriors and 49ers, guys. But you look at the moves that both these general managers made to get to the World Series. Very active, Mike Hazen, general manager of the Diamondbacks, and of course, Chris Young of the Rangers. And you heard in the broadcast during the game, they were talking about Chris Young, and he went to sign up Corey Seager, and he says, and Marcus Semien that 2 years ago. And he said to them, do you remember hearing that, Eric?
No.
Okay. He went to Corey Seager, Chris Young. I wish I would have. I thought you would have picked up on it, and so I didn't write it down or go back and record it. But he said something to the like this: are you guys you shy away from the big moment? Are you afraid of taking a risk or a chance? And then they said no, and he says, then come join us and and help us win our first.
No kidding.
Yeah. Could you imagine Farhan ever saying anything like that? Just no way. No. He doesn't know how to sell. He doesn't know how to he's not a salesman. He doesn't know how to promote. He doesn't know how to challenge people. He's not a motivator. And that's what you need in that type of position.
Yes.
You got a bean counter. Okay. You got a bean counter as your head of baseball ops. You need a promoter.
Yep.
You need a freaking promoter. And you got to
put a tweet out there saying, hey, maybe San Diego should trade for Farhan. Want to get their house in order.
Yeah. Oh, with them.
Did you guys see that they had to take out a loan?
$50 million. Yeah.
Jeez,
what is that?
I mean, that's going all in. That's the definition of going all in.
Sure is.
It didn't pay off.
Heroku.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't.
Says Seager can't hit without the Major League Baseball banning the shift. Well, you hit him out of the park. Shift didn't stop that in the World Series.
Nope. He was crushing it. I mean, he was getting some solid contact. It wasn't just little bloops or anything like that, man. He was getting some contact.
You know, the one thing about this World Series is like, great for the Rangers, right? They
look
won
at that.
in 5. Bochy got his 4th, but I mean, This was set up for the Diamondbacks to just get killed. I mean, they were the underdog, and people are just going to ride with it. Like, oh, the D-backs didn't deserve to be in the World Series. They just got blown out. When in reality, Game 1 was won on a walk-off. They won Game 2, and this game was a 1-0 game going into the ninth inning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yep.
mean, this series was a really good series, but I mean, people are just going to look at the box scores and
I know.
Yeah,
overall
they were all
and they're just going to be like, you know what, this was a bad World Series. But I mean,
the game
I
one
think
was
the
super
Diamondbacks are
exciting.
like 2 to 3 years ahead of schedule.
Oh yeah.
They were not. I mean, I think some people had them making the playoffs this year, but their expectations
Yeah,
for
we had
this
them
year
on.
were
I had them on the
really
fence.
low. And I think that's a really well-run organization.
Very
They
well.
bet on who's their manager, Torey Lovello.
Yep, Torey Lovello.
They bet on him. They gave him an extension after last year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, after
And
had a horrible year. Yeah.
after a horrible year, because you know what? They believed in their farm system, and they were right. Corbin Carroll, Alec Thomas, Pavin Smith.
You know what? I think
Moreno,
the
and they made
Diamondbacks are probably
trades.
one pitcher away.
The Diamondbacks are 1 or 2 pitchers away, maybe another position player to really put them over the
Well,
edge.
they may go out and get it. They may sell more
I think
season
they
tickets.
will, yeah.
They may
Watch
sell.
them get Ohtani.
Oh, jeez.
But I mean, that trade in the offseason, they flipped. What was that? Varsho for Moreno. That was a great
steal.
trade.
And they got Gurriel in the deal.
And
too,
they got
didn't
Gurriel, who I think wants to resign. So that was a great trade. That's what good GMs do, right? They make moves, they make high profile moves, and they end up winning the trade. It's not just these under the table minor league moves. It's like you gotta make a splash.
Right.
You gotta make a splash sometimes, and you gotta take a risk. And you know what? That risk paid off. And some risks don't pay off. But that risk absolutely paid off. And I think Moreno, it's between Moreno and
Taylor pays off.
And Patrick Bailey for the Gold Glove, because those two guys are finalists, and Moreno's pretty good.
Yep.
Both those organizations are class acts.
Yeah, taking a risk. See if Bijan pays off for JT, huh?
Mm-hmm. And on the Rangers side, right? On the Rangers side, you got the Rangers, who absolutely spent in the 2 past off seasons. They got Seager, they got Simeon, they got DeGrom, who didn't do anything. They got Evaldi, they got John Gray. Who else did they get? They got a bunch of these guys to complement, they got these guys to be the core, and then their minor leaguers, their young kids, complemented their core. So you got to have a mix of both. You got to have a mix of young kids and a mix of free agents and veterans. And those signings were just
thank you, Mark.
Moves.
That's a great organization. Working hard in the background.
Yep.
Farhan apologist. My goodness, you guys listen to me. Have you seen my Twitter account? It's probably why.
Joking.
It might have been a joke, because
I
got a feeling who Jim Tonsula was. I think everyone understands who Jim Tonsula was.
But the Rangers, though, you know who they remind me? They remind me a little bit of the 2019 49ers in the sense they obviously won it all, but they have Bruce Bochy. They have who's the hitting coach?
Donnie
Eckler.
Donnie Eckler.
Yep.
And then who's
Eckler or Ecker?
Is it I thought it was Eckler. It could be Ecker.
It's either Eckler or Ecker. And then they got the assistant manager,
Will Venable,
who's probably going to be next in line to take over Bochy.
Probably.
Those are 3 head coaching. Like, Bochy's a Hall of Famer. Will Venable is an up and coming head coach, and Donnie Eckler or Ecker, he's no joke. He's a great hitting coach, and he's probably going to be in line to be a manager in the next few years. Those are 3 possible managers in the dugout. The Niners in 2019
and Mike Maddox. Don't forget him. He's a great pitching coach.
Yep. And the Niners in 2019 had Kyle Shanahan, Robert Saleh, D'Amico Ryans, and Mike McDaniel. Those are 4 pretty good head coaches. So the coaching staff really matters. It's not just about the players. It's about the coaching staff and developmental system.
It's an excellent point.
Can really put you over the top.
It's really an excellent point because the Giants coaching staff, we've can you play that real quick, Eric? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Hey.
yeah. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Let's
love the hey. That one's
hey,
a good
hey.
one.
Yeah,
The
it looks like
hey.
Matt Williams and Christian possibly coming to San Francisco.
Here we go.
Yep.
Hey, what's going on over here? Hey,
We don't have any sound of this, do we?
what's
Do
going
we have
on?
any?
No, there's no sound. No
Okay.
sound.
Hey,
All right,
wait a
boys,
minute.
time out.
Dun
Up,
dun
up,
dun
up,
dun
up,
dun
left,
dun
oh, left,
dun
your
dun
left,
dun.
your left, right. What? Wait. Hey.
Wait, hey, what? What?
No,
He
didn't
missed third base?
Hey. Dumbasses.
Oh man.
Hey, he
God, they're
missed third
dumbasses.
base.
Let's go.
We don't actually have the video of him sliding into third base, do we?
We do.
Oh, let's play that.
Here we go.
So this is what all that was about, because the Giants coaching staff said Ronald Acuna did not touch
He
third.
did not
Oh, wait,
touch
The
I
third.
didn't know.
video room.
The video. He didn't touch third base.
That was a good call.
That was a great call, man.
Great call.
Come on. I mean, you should have fired. I mean, if Mark Davis was our owner, he would have been Kapler and the coaching staff would have been fired after the game, man. Come on.
That's another thing we could
play that one more time. Play that one more time. Third
Which
base.
one?
Touch Acuna.
Here we
Watch
go.
this. The video guy thought he had to touch it with his foot. See his hand there? He's got his hand.
Oh yeah, he
up.
just touched it with his hand. It doesn't count. Dumbass. Oh my god, it doesn't count.
The Giants better. They better clean house. I mean, seriously, they have too many. I don't know, man. Like, I mean, it might just be Kapler. It might have been just Kapler who just completely like was a cancer to that locker room.
That's the
but
problem. There was no leadership.
There was no leadership, and everyone was a yes man. So I mean, that's the one thing. That gives me some hope for Farhan. It might be false hope, but it's like everyone is saying Kapler was the problem. That Farhan had to do so much. That Kapler was just a yes man. He didn't know what he was doing. He wasn't a leader. So Farhan had to step in and do everything. I mean, that's my hope.
Farhan did a clubhouse meeting.
Exactly.
That's not his job.
That's not his job. So part of me, a tiny part of me feels like Farhan was sort of the manager and the GM, and he was way over his head. But part of me, I mean, the majority part is like Farhan just isn't capable of being a GM.
Here's what the Giants need to do next year. Okay. They're going to have their analytics department. It's as big as, they opened up a huge room and made it the analytics department.
Yeah, it was a conference room, right?
Yeah. So they've made that. So you're going to have your analytics. Okay. So the analytics, they do their work. They tell Farhan, here it is. Farhan gives it to Melvin, and that's it. It stops there. And the conversation needs to be had that this is a tool that you can use if you need it. But it's your team on the field. What you do between the clubhouse and between those lines, your business. My job is to get you the players, and that's it. It stops there and give you the tools to have the best possible chance at winning. Don't sit there and hand them a lineup card, because I guarantee you that's what was going on with Kapler.
Had to have.
That lineup card was being made with. You know why I know it was made?
You made that observation, Dan, in the season. Remember?
Yeah.
You said,
picture this. Kapler's like, hey Farhan, we're facing two lefties in the upcoming series. Get me Ramos down from Sacramento. Come on. No, it was Farhan looking ahead, seeing the pitching matchups, knowing how many options all these players have, how many times they can send them up and down, all that garbage. And he would call up certain guys for a series like Ramos, and then put him in the lineup and send him down. But he wasn't in the lineup when they faced a righty. So there's no way Kapler was making those calls.
No,
it was all Farhan.
We had noticed this too when we looked at Kapler's history. It's like on the Phillies, that 2019 team, I think 5 or 6 guys had more than it was either like 400 or 500 at bats. So it's not in Kapler's DNA to be a platoon guy. He wants to be able to play his hitters. I mean, at least he used to. But I mean, I just
Yeah.
think Farhan just took complete reign of
He
of
did.
the
He had
clubhouse
full
and everything.
control, and you got a guy in Bob Melvin who's managed for more years in the big leagues than Farhan's been involved in baseball. Okay.
Yeah.
So that should tell you something right there. Just let the man do his job. Let him make out the lineup card. Let him help with the roster, kind of like Kyle and Lynch, where Melvin has a say in who makes the club. A lot of that goes into, I know, with who's got options, who doesn't. So, you need your baseball ops guy to be heavily involved in it. But no more of this. Here's our lineup an hour and a half before the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Gabe. You can't
Trying to
make out
get
the
every
lineup yet.
advantage you can.
Every little advantage. I mean, Farhan probably managed the Giants like I'm sitting here looking at fantasy football, trying to figure out how many points I can maximize this week.
Speaking of that, there's a lot of the forecasts on this upcoming week, a lot of low numbers. I think there's a lot of people on bye or something.
Half my team's on bye. I'm having to juggle just to find players. I'm calling up people. Yeah, no.
But I mean, back to the Rangers, right? I mean, great win for Bochy. Great.
Yep.
I mean, I think we all wanted Bochy to win as Giants fans because Bochy's all in our heart. He won the 3 with the Giants, and if you guys don't know, he was forced, or he wasn't forced out, but there was no mutual depart with him. He wanted out because he didn't want to deal with Farhan. It was basically him. He's like, you know what, I'm out. He retired for a year or 2, and then he took the Rangers to the World Series and helped them win it. So I mean, that's a complete arrow in the chest for the Giants organization. It should be, and it is. It's like you let a future Hall of Fame manager and it's arguably a top 5 manager of all time, and you send him packing for Gabe Kapler.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's fired? I mean,
it's
Kapler
disgusting.
didn't last 3 years. And
what did he do? Kapler made it 4, didn't he? 20, 21, 22, 23, 3.5. 3, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. For that reason alone, Farhan should be fired. You mean you let Bochy go and you brought this clown in?
Yeah. I mean, it's a sad story what happened there at 3rd and King. They had an incredible. They were on top. Sure, they had 17 and 18 and 19 were lean, and it was probably going to be lean until they did make some drastic moves to rebuild it.
But you don't let go of a future Hall of Fame manager. You just don't. That's the one thing you don't do. You rely on his managerial style and his ability to manage a game, and that's another point to you need your manager and GM to really get along.
Yes.
That's why a lot of the times throughout major league sports, baseball, basketball, football, the GM and coach are hired at the same time because those 2 guys have to work in sync. If there's some sort of disconnect between the 2, it's not a failure for success.
Well,
and that's what happened with Bochy. Bobby Evans was fired and they brought in Farhan, and I bet that if they had talked to Bochy to ask him to give his input on who to hire, it wouldn't have been Farhan.
Yeah, what do you think was the deal with when Farhan, he would try and get a hold of Gabe, maybe to do a meeting or something, like a late night meeting, but Gabe was busy.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, making pizzas.
Dish, thin crust. Also let me get in the kitchen and get my hands dirty. Got to meet the staff, have a beer, sit down and talk to the GM. Excellent time. Sneaky good spot for pizza.
Sneaky good. It's the same thing every time.
Sneaky good spot for getting some pizza. Deep dish, thin crust. Also let me get in the kitchen and get my hands dirty. Got to meet the staff, have a beer, sit down and talk to the GM.
Got my
Excellent time.
hands dirty. I was riding my bike, and I
Talk to the GM. Ooh,
I talked to the GM. I went in the
How
bathroom.
about talking? You were never available for your GM because you were out.
Yeah, there you go.
riding my bike. I got in there. I had to go take a shit. Didn't wash my hands. Had some shitty hands. Made some pizza, some raw burgers,
Yep.
and I balanced the smoke.
Get out of here.
Sneaky
Sneaky
good.
good.
Sneaky
Sneaky
good.
good.
That was his line on a few of them.
A lot of 'em.
Good place. Yeah, very sneaky good.
Hey, what's up, Brian? I see him.
West Coast. Come on in, Rye. I'll bring you in. Bring you in. We're going to be talking Warrior basketball here and the Niners. Let me send Rye
freaking.
Right, you tried to get one past me. That trade offer was horrible.
Which one what did he offer you?
He offered me Kareem Hunt and Adam Thielen for Bijan.
He offered me Kareem Hunt and Adam Thielen for Taylor. Man, there's somebody else too.
Oh, he said he can't.
Can't?
No.
All right. All right, Rye. Just send me the deal that I
Send me
proposed
the
to you. Come on. Send me the deal, Rye. Right now. I'm having trade withdrawal.
I like what Mark Graves said here. He goes,
Come
"How
on.
fitting."
Rye, help me out. I'm having trade withdrawals. Come on. I'm going to go to a 12-step trade
There you go.
fantasy.
Mark Graves says the Rangers beat the Rays, Orioles, Astros, and Diamondbacks. First letter from each of the teams spells road.
Didn't they go?
They did not lose
on the
one
road.
road game.
Didn't lose on the road. 11-0, I think I saw.
Yep. Crazy.
They beat the Rays.
The Rays, the Orioles, the Astros, and the Diamondbacks. Road.
Wait a minute. Rays,
Orioles, Astros. Diamondbacks.
You know what? That's remarkable.
It is, isn't it? That's pretty cool.
I might have to put that in a tweet. Thanks, Mark. Who came up with that, or did you find it from somewhere else? That's
Mark said it in the chat. I don't know who is the source.
Oh, Will Martinez. Rye, you took me to the cleaners. Totally forgot I had offered you that trade, being that I was at a quinceanera that night before and woke up not feeling great. Will, man. Here's the deal. Never make a trade with game looming. Never put the trade out there and before weekend game and leave it hanging.
Yep.
I did it one weekend, and then that taught me I'm never, no way, not again, because Bor and I had one over the week. It got vetoed anyway, but we were gonna, if somebody got injured, we had an agreement. We were gonna kill it because we were just really trying to think about it. But
yeah. How about those Warriors, huh?
Warriors tonight, man. I'll tell you, the D really stepped up when it had to. GP2.
He's the wild card. I think he's the wild card for this.
I do too. He's
fully healthy this season. Last year he wasn't fully healthy.
You could see it. Oh man, is he tough on D? I know I'm gonna mess up and call him GP3 and CP2 a couple times this year. We got CP3 and GP2. All we need now is RDD2 or something. But Peyton, Draymond looked good tonight.
Wiggins looked good in the first half. I don't know what happened in the second half. He just didn't. I don't know if he just. I don't know.
Clay to hit that shot. I mean, the shot clock was running down. I mean, that was right. That was it. He goes in, they win. He misses, they lose.
Yep.
Right.
I saw a stat. He was 3 for 11 the first 3 quarters, and in the fourth quarter he was 3 for 4.
Wow.
So I mean, that's
clutched up at the end.
That's Clay for you, though.
Yeah, I
He's-
mean, that was
he's
a big
pretty
win because
inconsistent.
you don't want to lose your first 2 games at home and do the opposite of last year. Could not
Ooh,
Kelsey on the
what?
block, boys. Send him my
Wow.
way. Send him my way. Make me an offer, Rye. All reasonable offers may be accepted.
Maybe I should send him Burrow for Kelsey, huh?
No.
I'm holding on to Burrow.
I got one for you, though. We'll talk after the show. Serious.
Dan, man, you ain't gonna know what to do when this is all over, man. You're gonna be like, man, I don't know what to do.
Man, I do. Wait, my name's Dan.
I have
Hi.
a problem.
I have a problem. I
Oh,
have a big problem. I take fantasy football too serious. And I want to win so bad. No, I don't know I don't know if I really
50 moves yet?
probably. I don't know. I haven't looked. I don't know if I want to win so bad or if I hate losing. I'm not sure which one it is.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because at the end of the day, it's meaningless, right? I mean, really.
Yeah.
Come on. It's all
Bragging
meaningless.
rights.
Yeah, it's just this is a tough matchup this week for me because I'm so thin and I'm trying to.
But you look good after this, though. If you think about it, it's only one game, but after this, you should be set.
Hopefully. I keep saying I'm going to stop, and it's like I do have a problem. I'm going to stop. Never again. Never again. I won't do it. I promise. Dan has a fantasy trade problem. And I have a prop bet problem. No, you have hey, Will, I hit my head a few weeks ago and I still remember what's going on. You've got to remember that trade out there. Pull that trade.
Oh
man. Imagine waking up and saying, oh, wow, Cousins got his, oh, shoot. Achilles. Dang. I put in a trade. Whoa, he's on my team now.
Oh man.
Will
Martinez has had some bad. Who did he remember? He lost 2 players right off the
Rodgers
get-go.
and Dobbins.
That's what it was. Rodgers and Dobbins.
Hey, let's just face it. Fantasy football's
now he traded for another person with a bad Achilles.
Hey, Will, forget to go buck yourself. Why don't you just change your team name to Achilles heel?
Yeah, I know, right? Both of them quarterbacks.
My Achilles heel.
My Achilles heel. There you go. You got to change
that should be the name of your team, Achilles heel.
And take a picture of a calf.
That would be great.
Oh man.
He says he almost threw up when he got the notification. Wait, he got the notification.
Oh my god. What's up, Val?
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you, Will. I'm laughing with you.
I'll laugh at you.
Could you imagine though? When I saw it, because I heard it was weird because I heard it on the radio. Oh yeah, Cousins is out. It looks like apparent Achilles. And then all of a sudden I saw this notification go. I was like, no.
No, I saw it was funny because I saw the trade on the pending trades list for a few days, and I was like, what's gonna happen to that? Is that gonna get vetoed or is that gonna get shut down? Nothing happened. It kind of
messed with me. It's like, okay, maybe he didn't get hurt as bad as I thought. Nope.
Yeah, but I mean Curry struggled tonight.
He did.
The double teams really, he had 7 turnovers, I think. The double teams really got him. He ended the night with 21 points and he was just under 50% from the field. But I mean, that not his best game. It's still early in the season. They've only played 5 games. They're 4-1. But I think the major takeaway so far is the bench, right? It's the overall bench being able to carry the starting team. It's last year, I mean, Curry would go out and they would have a 10-point lead. He would go out for 5 minutes and he would come back in the game and they would be down 5. The bench was absolutely horrible, and it was just a minus throughout the whole season. This year, Chris Paul as a distributor and just as a true point guard is really helping the team. I mean, the discipline and the lack of turnovers is just I think it's gonna do wonders for the team.
Bottomless mimosas. Look who's in there, Robert.
Hello, Giants world. It's time to focus on the Giants. Here we go. Within the next
5 days.
we got GM meetings here down in Scottsdale next week. Maybe I should go over there after my eye surgery. Hey, Farhan, I'm doing my impersonation of you. I'm blind.
Oh man.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it'll be interesting. We're gonna hear about whether Conforto and Minaya opt in, opt out. You better hope that
If they opt in, oh my god.
if they opt in, they're screwed, man.
It's over.
They're screwed because they won't have the money to go out and get some of the guys they want to get.
Nope.
At that point, you just trade them.
Well,
Seriously.
if you think about it, even if they do opt out, you really think they're going to get anybody? I mean, come on,
I would just trade them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm glad you guys want to come back. We don't want you.
Exactly.
I can do that, Farhan. We don't want you. Oh, geez. Did you get my text, Eric?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right.
Okay, there we go. All right. So, this Warrior team, though, they're looking really good. Their closing lineup at the end of the half and into the game is Curry, Paul, Thompson, Green. And is it
And
Looney?
then that guy, that fifth spot sort of varies, right? Like it could be Looney.
It could be Wiggins.
It could be Wiggins. It could be GP2. It could,
I
probably be Moody or Kuminga on any given night, right?
I think the 4 Green, Thompson, Curry, and Paul are the 4 vets seem to be the ones out there. When the Warriors went down by 1 after Sabonis banked that in, what a lucky shot. You know what I want to say? I don't know who watched the game, who didn't. Do we have any Sac King fans in here tonight? I know.
Yeah, Will B is. I know that.
Okay,
I think Will Martinez, right?
Senior is but he's not in here tonight. Don't see him.
Yeah, I don't know where he's at.
All right. Every time, I don't know if it was, I didn't go back and rewind and do it in slow-mo or anything, but the eye test told me every time Sabonis got the ball down low, he hops. He travels. It looks like he travels every time. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the chat. I go back and look at the tape. I would swear half the time he'd get that ball down low and I swore he took 3 steps. It's just, and we're not talking Euro step. We're talking like a hop, skip, and a jump, just real quick. It's so quick, but he doesn't keep his pivot foot. So after he makes that shot, Curry's taking the ball up court, and did you see them like a swarm of bees come after Curry?
Oh, it was like 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah, it was
all on him.
It was like, oh man, we're going to just trap the hell out of him, and he's not getting anywhere. And then he got the ball. I don't know who he got it. If he got it over to CP3,
yeah,
and then they got it into real quick into GP2, and he hooked it in real short hook. Was that the one? I think it was. With like 38 seconds left, they did a 2-for-1. No, wait.
No, the 2-for-1
that was afterwards. I take that back. That was after. That was before. Yeah, that was before they got it to GP, and they got the 2-for-1. That was smart to get that done quick. The 2-for-1. They made it with like 32 seconds left, and then that meant they were going to have the final shot. Then when they came up, Sabonis came up on him, and then that left the kind of the middle of the lane open for Clay. He didn't have a real He didn't
Yeah,
have a big
that
shot
Peyton
blocker there.
shot the
Put 'em up
Gary
by
Payton
1.
shot came with 1:02 left in the game. That got the Warriors down 1. So they were down 3. That got them down 1. Then Malik Monk missed a layup blocked by Draymond.
Right. Then they ran out the shot clock. They had a shot clock violation.
Harrison Barnes missed a 23-footer. It was a turnover because of the shot clock. Then Curry made that. That was the 2-for-1. Curry made that floater.
Right.
That was with 33 seconds. That put him up by 1. And then Sabonis made that just bank. That was just the most lucky shot. I mean, as that shot was going in, I was like, there's no way this shot's going in. That the arc was off, the angle was off, and it just went in. And then Clay made that jumper. So that's the final minute.
Wow. That's 2 wins for the Warriors in their first 5 over and they're 4-1, and 2 of them against the Kings, which is wow. I mean,
Where's it at?
Warriors definitely want to.
I have a feeling this season could be this could be a special season, just because. I mean,
it's going to all depend on.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but the vibe around the team, the demeanor is a little more down to business. It's a little more just like,
there's no.
You know what? This is. We have Chris Paul, we have Curry, we have Thompson, we have Green. It's like they're getting old.
The guy I wish they would have had was out on the floor tonight, JaVale McGee. Such a force as a backup guy that can give you rim protection.
And then, I mean, look at the Warriors. They don't have a true 5. Their only true 5 is the Trace Jackson Davis, and they don't. And Kerr doesn't play him. Saric cannot play he can't play the 5. I'm sorry. He's a 4. He can shoot a little, but he just gets demolished inside.
Robert, to answer your question, I don't think Cobb will be ready until May. I personally wouldn't sign him. I know they got a $2 million. He's got a $10 million option. The Giants hold with a $2 million buyout. So it would cost them $2 million. So it's basically going to cost them $8 million to sign Cobb. You got to ask yourself the question: is that $8 million worth throwing out there to a guy that's going to be 36, coming off, that's not going to be able to pitch until probably May, maybe June? So maybe if you look at him and you don't push him and you just say, you know what, we just want you for the second half, be ready after the break, mid-July, then it's like a trade acquisition.
The thing with hips, though, are hips when the hips go, a lot of the times your whole pitching, like all
look at Tim Lincecum's a perfect example. He was never the same.
And Tyler, I meant Looney's a good 5, but I mean backup 5. They don't have a true backup 5.
And the thing with Looney had 2 labrum surgeries on his hips. It took him a couple years to get right.
Have you seen? You've seen his highlight tapes, right?
He was something in high school in Milwaukee. Yeah, he was a quick dribbler.
They were calling the next KD. He was.
Yeah,
he has just his motion is just super limited now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
he's very limited.
Like a slug.
He's big. He's just. So I would have, I would just not re-sign Cobb. I'd go put that money elsewhere, and then you know what? If he's available, you're probably going to be able to sign him for $5 million. You know what? Say, hey, we'll see how you are. We want you back, but he might get butthurt and move on somewhere else too. So who knows? I don't know. I mean, Cobb he could be really good, but he could also be a little tough. So what you got cooking there, Eric? You working on something?
Oh yeah. Hold on.
You got something coming? Is this Is this a North Sports Network breaking news?
Yeah. We had a deal done. What was it? Was it today?
Let's bring it up. When was this deal done? We got breaking news, everybody.
Breaking news.
Sports
Big
Network
deal. Big deal here.
Here it is. Here's the transaction as it comes across the ticker. It's coming across the board. What could it be? Who made the deal?
Whoa! We
Where is it?
exchanged tight ends. Woo!
Oh, that one.
You got all my hopes.
I thought we
up
had
to
a
that.
bigger trade.
Yeah, we had a bigger trade last
Where's
night.
the other one? Where's the
Yeah,
other one you were pulling up? I thought.
Where's the other one? You're gonna have to show me where the other one was.
Oh man.
Last
That,
night.
that one's, I think, pretty big though. Schultz for Ferguson. Come on now.
Eric, you got my hopes up. I was expecting something big, and no, Dan and I made a trade last night.
Oh, you did. Hold on. Let me see where the heck
Yeah.
that one's
Did
at.
you get my text? Will did you, or you missed? It went right over your head what I was doing.
Yeah, I went right over my head. I don't even know what the heck that one is. I must have missed that one. Was it done last
No,
night?
the one I just texted you. I thought that's what you were working on. I told you to put together.
I thought that was the one. I thought you were talking about the one between me and Will.
No,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
No.
Oh, I see what you're
Gosh,
doing.
it went right over his head, man. My board op.
Ah.
Gosh.
Oh, it was this one right here. Yeah, there we
Break
go.
news. Let's get the music in.
Oh, here, this one deserves something even better. Here.
Squeeze it and highlight on it.
Let's get that. Hold on. Let me bring it
You
down.
got to have your own window and then
It's doing too much. Here we go. You talking about this one right here?
yeah.
Whoa. Went too nuts there. There we go. Look at
So
that.
we got Russell Wilson and Josh Reynolds being traded away for Kirk Cousins. Wow.
How
There
about
we go.
that? Here was
Hey.
the other. This was another one right here. How about, remember this one? Yeah, that was a
no,
pretty
Dan
good
and
one.
I too. Dan and I made a trade last night.
Last night made a trade right before midnight.
And there it is right here.
It is.
Oh, you did? You did trade Jonathan Taylor, huh?
Right at midnight. Right at midnight.
Right at midnight.
Wow.
Didn't want to do it, but it's
Wow. Look at that.
could go either way. You never know. We'll see.
I could put a poll up and see who won the deal.
I needed some stuff. I needed players this week.
Yeah, I know.
What
God, I want to throw up.
you got a blockbuster. Will Martinez said he sent to you just now.
Who? To
Will
who?
Martinez.
Oh,
To you. Woo. You. Woo.
What?
Woo. You.
I got it on
woo.
silent. Oh, yeah, he just did. Actually, let me look it on here. Let's see what we got here.
He says you can show it.
Let me see what I got here.
Maybe we can veto it. Will says, God, I want to throw up. And then MF would come right behind him and say, what a mess.
All right, here we go.
That's his line. What a mess. I think he should trademark that.
He
MF,
should.
what a mess.
That's what he's offering me. Osborne, O'Connell, and Walker for Pacheco.
I'm gonna say no.
This is what
Eric.
I say.
Yeah.
Right on
No,
line.
I'm so pissed. Dan, you and I
Sorry, buddy.
made that trade, and I forgot to try to pick up KJ Osborne, and he went for
$1.
0 fob. I was gonna offer like 10 fob. I
You
forgot to pick him up.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
How about the Niners though? They made a trade. Speaking of
Yeah, let's
trades,
talk
let me
about
put
that,
a poll.
Chase Young.
I want to see what people think. I'm going to put a poll out there.
On which deal? The Niner
On
trade?
what people think
Of what?
was Chase Young a good pickup, yes or no?
okay. Yeah, because Niners. So if you're living under a rock, the Niners traded their 3rd round pick for this upcoming draft, 2024, to the
There we go.
Commanders
Holes in
for
there. Let's see where
for
we go with
Chase
this.
Young.
I heard it's only going to cost him about 500,000 on the salary cap for the year.
Yeah,
That's
it's only
nothing.
500,000.
I mean, you got to make that deal.
You got to make that deal. I think everybody's in agreement that, and the tape and the numbers prove it, that the Niners sack numbers are down, right?
Right.
The Bosa's sack numbers are down. Armstead's sack numbers are down. Hargrave's sack numbers are down. Their sack numbers are down throughout the board. The problem is their pressure numbers are ranked really high. I think as a team, they have the highest pressure rate in the NFL, or they have the highest pressures in the NFL. I think they have the top 10 in pressure rate. So I don't know if the pass rush was the main issue. Now, of course, if you Chase Young for a 3rd round pick, and if it's only going to cost 500 against the cap, that's a great deal. And yet, it's a compensatory pick that won't cost anything. And if Chase Young signs elsewhere, to a pretty big contract, they're going to get that pick back. So it's in essence, in theory, it's a free move.
Yeah, let's try this.
But they didn't make any moves in the secondary, and I think the secondary is the main issue. The defensive line is getting pressures. It's getting quarterback hits. I think Bosa is like top 5 in pressures, and he's leading the league in quarterback hits. So he's getting home. He's not getting the sack numbers, and he's not playing at that defensive player of the year level. Because if to be a defensive player of the year, you really got to make plays, and he's not making the plays. But it's also because the Niners defense is playing off-ball zone, and they're allowing these quarterbacks to just dink and dunk. You saw Burrow. Burrow completed 19 passes in a row on Sunday. 19. That's unheard of. They need the pass rush is an issue, but it's not the biggest issue. I think the secondary is the issue, and I get that DBs are expensive, but and they might just be, we're gonna be waiting for Luter and Womack, who are supposed to come back. It's the secondary is the bigger issue, and they didn't address the secondary at all. They just got Chase Young, who's a good player. He's a really good player. And yeah, Josh, he mentions the run defense. Yeah, it's the run defense and coverage. Mooney Ward, he is not playing good whatsoever. Whenever you put him up man on man, there's an automatic 10-yard holding penalty. He's not performing. Lenore's not performing. Isaiah Oliver is horrible in the pass game. He just gives up touchdowns left and right. He's a decent tackler and run defender, but his pass defense is bad. So, they're getting close. The Niners are getting close, but they're just not getting to the quarterback. And in theory, you just press them up and you play press man, and that's an extra hitch or an extra half second to second, and that's the difference in a sack. But if your corners aren't good, and if Lenore and Mooney Ward are just playing press and it's just holding penalties left and right, you can't play man, because that's just exposing the secondary. So I think Steve Wilks is being he's under a lot of pressure right now, and he hasn't coached the wide 9 defense in his career at all. But he needs to step up, and I think the secondary really needs to step up. I think the secondary is the bigger issue.
Yeah, I think the secondary is. The hope is obviously that they can put pressure on these guys enough so that the secondary can, doesn't have to, hold them down for too long. You should be able to get to the quarterback. Chase Young has not had a lot of sacks, only 12 or 14, I think 14 in his entire 4-year career, but he was hurt for most of 21 and a lot of last year. So, but he's having his best year. He's healthy right now. If he can get to the quarterback,
he has 5 sacks this year.
Yeah. he's going to get to the quarterback, and that means Bosa is going to be, if Bosa's putting pressure, it's going to cause disruption. And with Hargrave coming up the middle, there's not going to be as much room, for quarterbacks to step out of the pocket and up into it, and Hargrave will be pushing back, and then you got the guys converging on the ends. So it's I think the biggest problem with the Niners probably going forward is going to be their run defense.
I mean, I said it early when we had that show right after the preseason game. It's like the preseason game against, I don't know, throughout the whole preseason, their run defense was horrible. And I mentioned that as a possible concern. I know it's against backups and everything, but their run defense was horrible.
Yeah.
And their run defense is pretty bad right now. Javon Hargrave was a major signing. He's a pass rusher. He's not a run defender.
Right.
And the Eagles let him go. The Eagles had Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter coming up, and they just let him go.
What do you
he's
guys?
A pass rusher. Armstead is a good run defender, but that's all they got. And then Greenlaw and Warner, are pretty good run defenders, but they haven't been the greatest this year. And I think the departures of Azeez, Amenahue, Jordan Willis, Ebukam, and Jimmy Ward really, really impact this team right now, because those are hard hitters.
Yeah.
And Ebukam knew how to set the edge. He was, I think, D'Amico would say it over and over. He's our best run defender and our best edge setter. That's important.
Who did he go to? Did he go to Houston?
Colts, I think. I think he went to the Colts.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
It's too bad they didn't.
Those guys are major pieces that they lost.
Where did Ward go to?
Texans,
yeah. Jeez, rotting away on a team that's going nowhere in your final years. Dang. Too bad the Niners couldn't have got Ward back.
They should have. I think he didn't want to sign with the Niners though, because there was a bad mixture between him and Kyle apparently.
Yeah.
And he loved D'Amico, so he's with D'Amico right now. He's coaching up the rookies, but I think a run defense is a main issue. And I mean, I don't know if Chase Young is that main run defender. I know he has 5 sacks, but I don't know if he's going to be. I don't know if he's that missing piece to solve this defense. That's sort of my argument. It's like, did they need one piece, or did they need 2 or 3 pieces? And I think they needed 2 or 3 pieces. I think the secondary needed a piece, and they could have used another. I think they could have used 2 pieces in the secondary. And they needed another nickel corner. And then I don't know if they needed another edge. I think it's a luxury to have another edge opposite Bosa. But I mean, I think they really needed something in the secondary, because you can have the greatest pass rusher in the world, and your pass rush can be getting home. But if you're playing 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, the quarterback can just hit 5-yard checkdowns, 5-yard hitches, 5-yard ins all day long. And that's exactly what you saw on Sunday versus the Bengals. I mean, Burrow completed 19 passes in a row just by hitting short passes. He went deep a couple of times.
Yeah.
But it was just short passes. And it's, Dan, you had said you want Kyle to do that, right? You want Kyle to
take it.
And that's exactly what the other teams are doing.
Just take what the defense gives you. Stop trying to run some stupid playbook that is, in your, I don't know. Just look at they're playing way off, or they're stacking, whatever they're doing. It's just like, okay, you know what? They're stacking. We can't run. We can't run up the middle. All right. We're going to have to get the ball out to the edges quick. All right. If we can't run, we'll throw the ball quicker, and it'll be like a run. Some teams they don't run. They pass the ball to get their 5 yards, a down. You know what? It only takes 10 yards. If you can move the ball. That's
exactly what the Bengals did.
You can move the ball 5 yards.
The Bengals took what the Niners gave them, and they gave them short passes, and they just hit the short passes all day long.
I don't understand it, because when I'm playing a game of football and I'm, it's just street ball or whatever, your guys with flag football, whatever you want to, and you're just out there lining up. It's like, all right, quick huddle. Okay, look, he's playing way off you. We need three completions and for, you have to move the ball so many yard, whatever, 3 completions. Let's just get the first. Okay, here we go. We're just going to check down 2 yards. First, 2 yards. Okay, run it, turn around, catch it, boom, you get 5 yards. And then just keep doing it. And then when they start trying to stop that, okay, now we're going up over the top. Okay, pretty simple. It's just like, I don't know. I don't understand it. But hey,
I mean,
looking
I
at
think at the end of the day, right? It's the goal of a trade is to make your team better. And did this trade make the
I
Niners
think
better?
it makes them better.
Did.
Yeah, it
I
makes
think
them
it
better.
made the Niners better because
But it's to solve the weakness that the 49ers have.
that's the thing.
currently.
Did they solve a weakness or did they solve? I mean, I'm not going to say the D-line was a strength, but I think the secondary was a bigger weakness than the
Right.
D-line.
Hey,
I
now's the
think
time
some people would argue that, but I mean,
now's the time to place your bets for next year's World Series for, futures bets. The Diamondbacks are plus 4,000 and the Mets are plus 3,000. That means they think the
What?
Mets are going to spend some money, I guess.
Yep, that's probably what it is.
The Cubs are plus 4,000. That might not be a bad bet. Giants are plus 5,500.
I wouldn't take that.
No, I mean, the Rockies are the worst. The Rockies and A's plus 25,000. Imagine that putting a grand down, you win 25,000. What else we got? Giants plus 5,500. No, a grand would win you more than plus 25,000. Wouldn't that win you 250,000? You put a grand down? I think so. Putting all my money on Oakland next year. There you go, Spencer. Yeah. I'm just trying to find a dark horse in here. You know who's my dark horse right now? If I was going to go for a long shot, I'd take the Cardinals plus 5,500. They have a way of bouncing back. Plus 5,500.
They have a good organization, yeah.
Yeah, they have a good organization. They're not going to be down for long.
No, I haven't yet, Mark. I'll have to check that out.
Braves are the favorites.
Have we talked about Garoppolo's benching yet?
No, have we talked about the Raiders? How about the Raiders in general?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, Mark Davis, Halloween trick or treat. Hey, Josh McDaniel, I got good news and maybe good news for you. You're fired, but you get to keep your paycheck for the next 4 years. Jeez, he's still paying Gruden. He's paying 2 head coaches that aren't even on his staff. What a mess.
I mean, Garoppolo's getting benched for the rookie. I mean, Garoppolo's been horrible this season. I think that really puts that's a test to Kyle being able to pump up his quarterbacks and pump up Jimmy. Because, I mean, Jimmy is obviously not a good quarterback. I don't even know if he's a starting quarterback in the league. He might just be a backup. And he wasn't arguably, but people were arguing that he was a top 10, top 8 quarterback in the league for a long time. And I think this year just completely proves that he's not. He's a backup level quarterback. He's not a good quarterback. So I think that's Kyle Shanahan's system for you. It's a pretty easy system.
Hey, Buster boy, what you doing? Huh? Want to join the show? Huh?
XFL time for Jimmy. Yeah, I think so.
Buster, you want to join the show? Let's get down and interview Buster here. Sit. All right, Buster. Buster. All right. Tell us a little bit about your day. How's it going?
He's like, all right, I'm taking a nap.
How's it going, buddy? Huh? You a good boy? We're live right now. Want to show everybody your teeth?
What's up, Kyle? Hey, thanks for joining. Tiling the bathroom. Whew.
You a good boy?
Whew.
Hmm?
Oh, was Larry going? Was Larry live at this time? I
You got
didn't pay
anything to
attention.
say? Live on NorCal Sports Network. That away. Want to say hello to everybody?
He's like, man, you farted on that thing before.
Come on, say something. He's always got to be by me. All right, bud.
He wants to take a siesta. That's what he wants.
We still mute? Am I muted?
No, you're
No,
good.
you're good.
Can you hear?
I'm not muted, am I?
No.
All right.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
my volume got turned down. That's why I couldn't hear. So yeah, maybe I should get Buster's treat time anyway. So yeah, the Raiders are a mess. They're a real mess.
They are, aren't they? What an organization, man. Holy crap.
Yeah, Mark says, watch my head. Exactly. I'm always
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think
thinking
about that.
I'm watching. I'm thinking about it all the time. Man, I get into the car like this now. Ducking. Like it's gonna hit my hands first.
You got feelers. You
Yeah.
need feelers. That's what you need.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Old school curb feelers for your head.
Yeah, good old Buster. He's always. It's funny. The last couple months, he's been like by my side. Maybe because I was home almost every day all summer. Never probably went anywhere. Now that I'm going places, going either working or dealing with some of the therapy stuff, I'm gone. So now he's with me wherever I'm at. He's like right next to me all the time. The guy used to travel with me as a pup. He was he had a therapy dog deal. And so he would go everywhere with me. I just
Wow.
I'd go get a haircut. He'd sit, just sit there, go to the restaurant. He'd lay underneath the table. He's used to, he's crazy thing is I went to California a month or two ago for some work. I went out the door to the garage to get, and took my suitcase, was gone for 2 nights. My wife said that he laid by the door the whole time,
That's crazy.
waiting for me.
Wow.
It's like, what a dog. What a dog.
Right.
You're the best, buddy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Anyway, yeah, we got Warriors. When's their next game? Friday?
That's a
They
good
play-
question.
Do they play the Lakers Friday?
That'd be a good Friday night game.
Let me see. I think
Thunder.
let me see.
They play the
Oh.
Thunder.
Where at? OKC.
Oklahoma. Yeah.
So wait a minute. They go on the road to where'd they go? They were Houston and then New Orleans, and then they send them all the way back to California for one game, and then
That's
to
weird.
Oklahoma. Your Oklahoma's like just north of Texas. What the heck
Weird.
you thinking?
Then they go to Cleveland on Sunday.
Jeez,
Then Detroit on Monday.
that's a tough
Man.
road trip.
A lot of road.
OKC and Cleveland are tough, and Detroit's gave them fits last year.
Then
Beat 'em.
Denver on Wednesday.
Oh, and then Denver. Ooh, they're 4-1. They got Oklahoma. You say Oklahoma and Cleveland, Detroit and Denver. That's 4. If they can win 2 out of those, come home 2-2 and be, 6-3, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That's a tough trip.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Cleveland's got hype. Detroit, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. That's about all I got for tonight. We kind of
hit everything. Yeah.
Yeah. What we got? Anything else? You going on tonight? Your show?
No, not. I'm gonna go on tomorrow. Talk some World War II stuff.
Oh yeah, you had a poll, huh?
Yeah, pretty cool.
I voted World War II myself.
Nice. All right, yeah. Come on in. I'm gonna let the chat kind of direct where we're gonna go. So yeah, it should be fun.
All right, I'm gonna get myself to bed here, so I'm pretty wiped out. But everybody have a great night. We'll be back. Tonight's Wednesday. Maybe we'll come back Friday. It'll be Friday or Saturday. We got our NFL show Saturday night.
When's Los coming back?
I don't know when he's coming back. I think he said a couple days, so maybe Saturday we'll come back, do our football stuff. Baseball's over. Baseball stuff will be coming in the weeks ahead when there's signings and different things.
Starting with the winter meetings usually is when everything starts going.
Yeah. So very good, guys.
Awesome.
You guys have a great night. And Bora, maybe we got one more deal in us this week, huh?
You never know. Anything can
Never
happen.
know. We got to make up for all those deals that got vetoed.
Right.
All right. Hey, Matthew, have a good night. Almost 2 a.m. there. Thanks for staying with us. You guys all have a great night. And be looking for some specials. How about that special that Eric put together? On Farhinians? The
Farhinian baseball.
Farhinian
Don't
baseball.
Want it. Get it out of here.
Is that kind of like the Bohemians baseball? It's didn't they have some
Farhanian?
The Bohemians? Didn't they have a Bohemian player, or is that the the Warriors? Klay Thompson, Bahamas, right? The Bohemians, is it?
No, Bohemia is over in like the Czech Republic. Those were the
Bohemians.
It is?
Okay.
Yeah.
What do they call the Bahamans? Bahamians?
Bahamians? I don't know. Is it Bahamians?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was an excellent special. We'll have more of those. And tell your friends and family to sign up. We need more subscribers. We're almost to 1,000. We're getting
close. We're only 80 away.
Yeah, 80 away. We're knocking down the door. So Bora is what do we call Bora? Is he our
2004, right?
Yeah, but who's our he's Larry Bear, right? He's our junior
Larry
Bear.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Larry Bear. He's got the hair, man.
You can't call me Farhal no more. I'm Balco boy. That's right.
Yeah, Balco boy. Yeah, hey, that's right. You shaved. Hey, we'll be back with. Notice next time we're back, Eric will have a full beard. In fact, if you wait and he does a show later tonight, maybe at 11, it'll be a full beard. Just got to get those roids to kick in.
Oh man!
All right, everybody, have a great night. We'll see you either Friday or Saturday. Probably leaning toward Saturday.
Sounds good.
Thanks for joining. Till then,
see you on the next one.